Go through all the files in this folder and suggest a plan to clean it up for me. All right, so today we're going to look at Claude Cowork, Anthropic's latest addition to their suite of products. So if you've already been using Claude, you may have used it through the chat interface online, which is similar to ChatGPT. And Anthropic created something called Claude Code, which is a version of Claude that runs locally on your computer and helps you code by writing code for you. And they realized that a lot of us who are using Claude Code were actually also using it for non-technical work, not to write code, but to do other stuff like plan our day or read our emails and so on and so forth. And the reason Claude Code could do that is because if you think about all these actions, reading an email, creating a document or whatever, it's all code. You could write code for it that does that thing for you instead of you having to go open an app, click on it, and so on. So they came out with Claude Cowork, which, as you can see here, is basically a nice visual interface to show you to do exactly what we are able to do in Claude Code. So I asked it to go through all the files in my downloads folder, and here we go. It's looked through every single thing. There's 365 files. I did not realize how I've left it there like that for so long. But it's found duplicate files. It's found like a bunch of like installers, which I could just delete. A bunch of video files, which I don't really need to be saving on my laptop. And then, some other files that should probably not be in my downloads folder. And so it's come up with a cleanup plan to do all of this, right? Now, here's a cool thing. It doesn't just come up with a plan. We used to, when we ask AI questions, it tells us an answer, and then we have to go do it ourselves. So that's the cool thing about Claude Cowork, is it does it for you. So if I say here, yes, execute this stuff, it will actually do all of this on my computer. It will go look through my files. It will create new folders. It will push some files into certain folders. It'll delete duplicates. It'll get rid of the unnecessary videos and so on. So I want you to go back to that concept that I said earlier, that everything is code. Everything you do can be codified. And this is my website, my personal blog. And this entire website was built with Claude Code. So I used to have a WordPress website, and it was very slow and clunky. And I would have to log into WordPress every time to create a new blog post and publish it, and it would take so long. And I said, there's got to be a faster way. And do I really need WordPress? And so I worked with Claude Code to build all of it out. Now, Claude Code looks like this. When you're in the terminal, there's a lot of like code happening and stuff, which is a little, it's a bit scary for a non-technical user. But Cowork can now do the exact same thing. So Cowork can not only work with files locally, like cleaning it up, but it can actually create files, and those files are code, could be code. And that code could be the code for your website. Now, we'll take it a step further, right? So I've got my entire site coded up by Claude Code. It's written the code for all the pages, including the blog. And the blog really is just a bunch of text files. Each blog post is a text file which is stored in my computer. And then once I'm happy with it, I deploy it to the cloud. I'm pointing up like as if the cloud is up there, but it's not. I deploy it to the cloud, and then you can access it on your computer and you can read my blog post. But at the end of the day, the blog post is really just a text file. And the local version of it is sitting on my computer. So let's ask Claude Cowork to work with that file. So here I'm asking Cowork to look at the blog posts on my site and suggest new topics for me to write about. And I've basically given it access to the folder where all my website code lives. And so here you can see it realized it's an Astro website project. Astro is the JavaScript framework that I'm using to build my website. And it's going through all of the posts right now. So it's reading a few posts, maybe not all of them, to understand my writing style, my themes, and identify gaps that I should be writing about. And the cool part here, it's spawning a sub-agent. So what's happening here is Claude Cowork is itself an agent. It's an AI agent separate from like your Claude chat, because your chat is just a chatbot. It chats with you. An AI agent has the ability to do things, not just tell you what to do, but actually do it. That's the difference between your Claude or ChatGPT versus Claude Cowork and Claude Code. And that's why it's so powerful, because not only does it just tell you to do stuff, it can do it for you by actually maybe writing code to do it, or manipulating files or reading files and so on and so forth. And so the other cool thing it does then is it creates a sub agent that can also do those things, but it doesn't eat up all the context in my chat. So when I talk to an agent, as the chat gets longer and longer, there's a lot of stuff for it to remember. And at some point you need to like start a new chat. Well, the sub agent solves that problem. So as you can see here on the right side, it's going through my folder and going through some of my text files where I've written blog posts, and it's researching other topics at the same time. So it's basically going through everything, reading it, doing some research, and then identifying gaps. This is not something that you can do on ChatGPT, right? You can tell it to go maybe look at a website and give you some feedback, but it's not going to be able to go and do things like go dig into every single post, analyze it, come up with a full list, do some research, do some find gaps. And more importantly, at the end of that, then go and write a new blog post and then publish it to my website. So this whole process, which normally, even if you use ChatGPT, you would still have to be talking to ChatGPT and then doing it yourself. This whole process is done by Claude Cowork or Claude Code, whichever one you choose to use. And it's actually writing something right now. So let's see what it comes up with in a couple of seconds here. So we see that it has completed its analysis and it is compiling topic suggestions. Here we go. High priority gap, comprehension depth, the hidden cost of AI generated code, multi-agent orchestration, Claude Sonnet, computer use, agents, again, extensions of my existing series. So it's noticed that I've written like blog series and it's saying you should continue writing the series, this is actually a good one. I've not actually got around to part 2. I written part 1 a year ago, but I should probably do part 2 because I can talk more about the development stuff on Claude. And then, oh, this is cool. Hybrid AI architectures. That's something that is a pretty hot topic right now, as well as physical AI, agents controlling robots and drones. These are like really good suggestions, right? And so the reason it was able to do that is that it has access to the code for my entire website, and it can just go and analyze everything and give me answers. And again, like I said, that's not where it stops. It can actually just like write the stuff for me. So I can ask it to, yes, I'm asking you just draft that, and it's actually going to go. I've told it to do some research first, so it's going to go online, look, understand what's available, identify gaps, and then in what people are talking about, and then write a blog post for me. So the two big differences between, Claude Code / Claude Cowork, which are AI agents, and say chatbots like ChatGPT and Claude, are, like I said, the ability to work with files on your desktop and actually take actions. And then the second thing is the ability to not just tell you what to do, but actually go and do it themselves, to execute, right? And so, it's great and all if it just works on your local files, but you have a Gmail account, you have files on your Google Drive, you have other softwares that you use, like maybe a CRM or a separate calendar app or a to-do tracking app, right? You have multiple apps that you're using and you're logging into every single day. And honestly, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be going in, logging into stuff and doing things when the AI agent should just be doing it for you. And so the really powerful part about this is you can create those connectors, right? And so as you can see here, I've got Google Drive, Gmail, and GitHub already connected to my Claude Cowork. But there are more connectors that you can do. So Day AI, which is a CRM, you could connect it here. And Firefly is a note-taking app for meetings. So many more. Like there's a bunch of them. AWS, Netlify, if you are deploying websites. Asana is your to-do tracking app, so on and so forth. And you can just keep scrolling, right? And so the cool thing is when you add these connectors, what happens is you're able to then tell Claude Cowork to go do stuff in that app, right? So I can tell Claude Cowork to read and send iMessages by installing this extension here. And so basically when I'm in my chat, I could just be like, hey, what are the most important messages that have come in for me? If I've got like 50 messages, it just sort of automatically summarizes everything. And then I'm like, okay, tell XYZ that I will be there tomorrow. Tell this other person that I can't meet them because I'm busy. And then tell my trainer to schedule the next appointment for our session, right? And so it'll just go and do that. Same thing with like say Figma or even just controlling your browser, right? You can actually control your browser through Claude Cowork and have it open up a browser, go to a website, log in for you, collect information from that site or enter information into the site and then sort of give you an update at the end. So you now become kind of an orchestrator, right? As you can see here, it's writing this blog post. You become an orchestrator where you are just telling it to do things and it's doing it for you. And you're here making sure it does the right thing or does it the right way. And so if I look at this blog post, I can say, all right, show me the post. It's already gone ahead and like created the content for me. And it set it as a draft in my blog. But I can now go look at the blog post and make sure it matches my writing style, make sure it's comprehensive, make sure it's got the stuff that I want to speak about. And then I can go and edit stuff and make it, more my voice and my unique expertise in there. But it's basically created the baseline draft by doing some research for me and collecting it all together and creating an outline for me to go and look at. So, Claude Cowork, really powerful way for you to go beyond chatbots and get the AI to do work for you. And if you look at my blog, I've written a full blog post on how it's done. I've even written another blog post called where I describe how I built my own version of Claude Cowork. So as I said earlier, Anthropic realized that a lot of people are using Claude Code as a way to do a lot of non-technical stuff, including me, which I use it to plan my day, read my calendar, my emails, answer stuff, create client proposals, write blog posts, all of that kind of stuff. And I built a custom version, which I called Jarvis, and it does all of that for me. And I'm sitting here talking to it every day and just having conversations and having it work for me. So it's like I have a bunch of AI employees who work for me and I just sort of manage them and give them the vision and the strategy and they execute for me. Check out the blog post to see how I've set that up and to start working with Claude Cowork. If you're not comfortable with Claude Code in the terminal, use Claude Cowork, push it to its limit, try some of the stuff that I've tried today or I've explained in my blog and see if you can maybe automate some of the work that you do every day that you shouldn't really be doing. The manual stuff, the data, copying, pasting, logging into sites, apps, changing things around. All of the stuff you shouldn't be doing, but your AI agent, in this case, Claude Cowork, can do. Thanks for watching. If you like this, leave a comment below. This has been a quick overview of Claude Cowork, but I'm going to go into like deeper details on how to actually create some of these more advanced systems and advanced AI agents that do work for you. So there's specific things that you do that take up a lot of time that you don't want to be doing, that you maybe would have thought of hiring a personal assistant for, but that's too expensive. And you could use Claude Cowork at $20 a month. Comment below, let me know what that is, and I'll create specific videos for you. Thank you for watching.